This video is about creating sign-up forms within your CRM. When creating a sign-up form, we'll discuss when and how to use this form. We'll walk through the various ways in which you can create your sign-up form. You'll customize your call to action button to reflect your brand. We'll walk through the different available form options and settings you can do, as well as autoresponders and automations for new contacts coming through your form. Then we'll wrap up with how to embed this form into any external website or landing page. To get started building your forms, hover over Website and select Sign-up Forms. Here is where you'll manage and build all the forms created within your CRM. Along the left, you can either click to edit the existing form or click to build a new form from here. When you're creating your new sign-up form, give your form a descriptive name for internal reference, and you have the option of using a current form template to build this form. Next, click to save so we can access the Edit Sign-up Form page. First, we have the Design tab. Here you'll see that the Easy Builder option is automatically selected, which is the most simple way to build your sign-up form. Here you can also define a language preference, and if you want the footer text to show for required fields in your form. For all forms created within this section, you can customize the action button. For the form action button, you can identify the specific button text, size, and color. Additionally, you can also activate the custom design option. This allows you to further customize the border color, thickness, and radius, as well as the button background and padding. You'll see a preview of the action button below. First, we'll dive into the Easy Builder. Within the Design tab, you can customize the font, size, and color. Then you can customize any of the other form design elements using the adjustment bar for each option. Along the left, you'll see a preview of this form. Next, within the Fields area, these are the custom user-defined fields that you can simply drag and drop into the form that you are building. Then, below the form, you have the Mandatory Fields box. Here, you can drag and drop any of the fields listed in your form to make them required for the user. Next, define which groups you want to add these contacts to when they're filling out your form. Here, click and drag any field into the Add to These Groups box. To remove fields from your form, go into the Fields tab and drag the field into the box to remove it from your sign-up form. Once you have built out your form, continue to save. To dive into the more details and really customize this form, you can deactivate the Easy Builder option. This will now show you additional information as well as new tabs along the top of your navigation. First, we have a list of custom templates where you can select from. To see the design, click on the first question mark icon to use one of the countless mobile responsive templates available for you. Within the drop-down, select the specific template you want to use. And optionally, you can also add additional CSS code to really customize it for your landing page or website. Here you can add your CSS into the form. Next, below this section, you have the option to choose the background color for your form or leave it transparent. Then you can use the text box to add any information that will go on the top of this form. Here you can use the toolbox to quickly customize and add logos into the top of your form. You can select from images in your media library or drag and drop a new image to be stored within your media library. Once you upload this image, you'll now see an icon along the right where you can manually resize and customize this image. Once you are ready, click to insert the image to upload it into your sign-up form. Next, you have the option to enter text that will go above the list of groups for your contacts. If these groups are set to public, the contact has the option of selecting which groups they would like to be a part of. Here you can customize that text or click not to show any text above the list of groups. Lastly, you can customize a few other options here, such as where you want the list of groups to be displayed, the default text font, size, and color, select a language preference, and if you would like the footer of the required information to be shown on your form. Now that you've outlined the design of your form, click to save the form. Now let's dive into the Groups tab, where you'll select which contacts are added into specific groups within your account. Here you'll see a list of groups, as well as their group settings if they are public, private, or hidden. You want to make sure you have at least one group for the contact to automatically join. Otherwise, you can use optional to join, which will have the contact select the specific group on your sign-up form, or you can click to remove a contact from a group when they fill out this form. This area allows you to add additional customization, such as logic. Once you select the group and save your form, you'll now see the Add Logic option. Here, you can select to only add the contact to this group if they meet a certain criteria. For example, if this lead source user field is selected as Facebook, we will now add the contacts into our Facebook leads group when they complete the form. Next, we have the information that we are wanting to collect through our sign-up form. These fields can be required for the contact to fill out, optional, or not used within the form. To reorganize this list, simply drag and drop the field into the right position. You can add custom text using the Add Text button. For these user fields, you can also add logic just like we showed within the Groups area. This helps to only show specific fields if a contact meets a criteria. It helps to streamline the sign-up form for your contacts. Along the top right is where you can test the form to see how it renders on your site, as well as copy the form to make a new form based on this template. Next, we'll dive into the Options area. This is where you can define the form options and settings that you want to use for your sign-up form. The Company Autocomplete is a useful tool if you have a private sign-up form that you want to help users ensure they provide consistent company names. Note, however, that this exposes a list of companies in your account, so you'll want to be careful when using this feature. You can also choose to allow or deny people who fill out the form using a free webmail address, which is not a business domain. In the Security versus Ease dropdown, you can select how secure you want your sign-up form to be. We recommend using the maximum security with a CAPTCHA form to ensure contacts are providing you the correct information. You can also use Ease, which is no CAPTCHA but gets the confirmation email. Otherwise, you can also do single opt-in forms, which either have a CAPTCHA or no CAPTCHA. With single opt-in forms, there is a limit to the amount of contacts that can come through using a single IP address. In the whitelisted IP addresses area, you can add a comma-separated list of IP addresses that can bypass the form's submission rate limit. You can turn on or off progressive profiling for this form, as well as select if you want the person filling out the form to be overwriting the data that already exists within your CRM. Next, we have the web page actions, which are the settings that happen when a contact completes your sign-up form. If someone makes a mistake filling out the form, you can automatically take them back to the form using any of the error actions. Once a contact has first filled out your form, you can define a thank you URL and define how you want to show the thank you page for the contact who filled out your form. Since all forms are by default confirmed opt-in, you can define a thank you URL for the second step after the user confirms their email address. If the contact is already a member of the group they are trying to join, you can define a custom URL and define if you want to require confirmation if the contact already exists within your account. Next, we'll define the email communication settings for this form. Here, you'll define who the emails are sent from and the email address. Then you can set up an alert email to be sent to someone on your team when a contact completes your form. With the confirmed opt-in forms, you want to send a confirmation email out to your contacts to verify their email address. You can use the standard confirmation email or use a custom email template that you have created. With this custom template, please make sure that you use the correct confirmation placeholders so that the contact can verify their emails. Next, define a custom subject line. If the contact has not clicked to confirm their email within a certain amount of time, you can opt to send them a second confirmation email. Once contacts have completed your form and confirmed their intent, you can set up additional automation within the Upon Confirmation section. Here, you can immediately send this contact a follow-up email using a template from your media library. You can activate a specific workflow to trigger and to be completed by someone on your team. You can start contacts on a journey already created within your account, and define if contacts are allowed to restart this journey when coming through your form. You can notify anyone in your team when a contact has come through the form by adding their email addresses and customizing the email headline. If you are using a membership site, you can use the form to create and send a login. You can limit contacts who are already inside your group from completing your form. You can assign a lead scoring point to this contact. And finally, set automatic updates for the location, to research the contact, or validate the contact's email addresses. Once you have outlined the form settings, continue to save your form. In addition to the automation we just discussed, you can also use autoresponders. So when contacts come in through your sign-up form, you can send them specific emails after a certain delay. Define the delay and an email that is stored within your media library, and you can additionally add a custom subject line. You can continue to add autoresponders at specific delays once contacts have come in through the specific sign-up form. Make sure to save your changes to activate this for your form. Lastly, you can also look into the Gmail schema. This is where Gmail allows for a special confirmation button to be added into the inbox subject line that users can click to confirm your forms. You can use sign-up forms to collect payments from your contacts. To do this, you'll first want to set up your payment gateways within the Settings Account area. Within the Integrations tab, you can set up the connection between your CRM and PayPal, Authorize.net, and Stripe. Click on the question mark icons to learn where to find the correct information to connect with the following platforms. Once you have connected the platforms, make sure to save your changes. Next, we'll go into the website sign-up forms area. Using the list of forms along the left, select to edit the specific form you want to add payments to. Within the Option tab of your sign-up form, you'll now see a Collect Funds option. Here, you can set this to Yes to activate payments for your sign-up form. First, select the type of payment gateway you want to use for your sign-up form, and associate this charge with a specific group within your account. Define the amount you want to charge the contact. Please note that if you set the charge amount to -1, it will let the person filling out the form determine how much they would like to charge. And define how you want to collect this charge. For example, you can make it a once-off payment, reoccurring monthly, or annually. And finally, add a charge description to provide details with what this payment is for. Once you have defined the Collect Funds settings, make sure to save your form to start collecting payments. Next, we'll talk about how do you embed this sign-up form into your website or landing page. Within your CRM, hover over Websites and select Sign-up Forms. To the right of the sign-up form you've just created, click on the HTML button. Here, it will show you the various ways that you can embed this sign-up form into your website. First is the link method, which allows people to access the sign-up form using a link. In the Form tab, you'll have the full HTML that you can copy-paste into your external site. The iframe allows you to embed this entire website form into an inline frame within your website. Please note you can update the height and width of the iframe to best match your website's layout. Lastly, you can also embed a floating iframe or a delayed pop-up window on your website. A final way to add this sign-up form into a landing page you are creating, hover over Website and select Landing Page Easy Builder. Within the Landing Page Easy Builder, you can quickly create new custom templates for your website. Once you have updated and created the template, go into the Sections area. Then you will select the specific widget or sign-up form to embed into your landing page that you are creating. If you have any questions or need help building your sign-up form, please reach out to our support team.